Hello every pony, Love Dash here, or my sweet girl too, and today I will be starting MLP reviews. Usually on MLP reviews, you review the first thing that comes in the whole MLP series, which is the show, how it started it all, Bronies, Pegasisters, all that. I also, I'd like to say that I have no script of what, and I don't really know what I'm saying. So if I stammer like I just did, you can't really judge me. I don't have a script at all, and I wasn't really planning for this. I just decided to do it at the last minute. So ending on that note, let's get started. Starting off in the first episode is very important. Like the story of the two of Nightmare Moon and Celestia. That's one of my favorite parts, and it's very good animation. Again, like I said, I'm new to this whole thing, so you can't blame me on what I do. All because I just don't have a script, and I wasn't very prepared for this. But I'm doing it anyway because it just seems fun, okay? Okay. Okay. Anyway, the animation in the book part is very good, but it looks like it's made out of paper. I feel like they could have done a little bit more action, but that's kind of described in the beginning of season 5, which I won't go on until I start going into season 5. After the book, you hear Twilight's voice, and you see her reading the book, and and oh, and you think, who's this purple pony? What's her name? All that stuff, because you were just introduced into the show. Now, at first I kind of knew who it was because I didn't watch the first episode, but I do remember when like about the third season came out and I started watching. The first episode I watched was Winter Wrap Up, but that comes later. I don't know why I'm getting off track so much. But you go into Twilight and then you go into the intro. You think the graphics are pretty good, or maybe you don't. But I thought the animation was nice, and the balloon. I love the balloon. Teehee. Um, and you kind of wonder who all these ponies are if you're just introduced into the show. Well, I think they did a pretty good job on that, but I feel like now in the modern days they did a lot better in the new series. But that's my choice and not yours. And remember, I don't have a script, so I don't really know what I'm saying. Anyway, you get to the part where she's running back to her library. Let's just say that. At at that part I kind of felt a little bad. Her friend stopped to talk to her and she just kept on running. Even Spike tried to tell her to go to whatever his name was, Moon Dancer's party, but she didn't listen and just decided to go back onto her studies. And Spike wrapped a nice little gift for him, a little teddy bear. And at that point, I just was like, what? I was thinking that Twilight was a big old brat. One of my favorite parts in the episode is when she goes to Ponyville and meets all all of the main six: Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, and Rarity. And since there's only 5 of them, let's just include her, but she's already met herself like a million times since she was born. So just forget what I said, okay? Just forget it. Forget it now! Also, before we continue further, remember I said I don't have a script? Yeah. Also, I'm not really good at changing emoticons because then if I move my mouse onto the screen of what I'm recording, it will show a little yellow circle around it and I just don't want that. Um at my favorite part is when she meets Rainbow Dash and she explains how she wants to grow up and become a Wonderbolt. I totally relate to that, and I want to become a famous superstar too. Remember, I'm just a kid, so that's like every little kid's dream. But right now, I just think I'll just be my normal self. But but when you first meet Rainbow Dash, you think that she's a big sport, and she likes to compete. Well, that's kind of true, as we find out later in the show that she really loves to win, and if she loses, she just goes and well, in a less complicated way, we'll just say that she hates losing. I also love this part because they actually animated Twilight's fatness after eating all that stuff or all those sweets and things from Applejack. I thought that was very hilarious and it just made me want to laugh. And especially when she had to fall in the mud, get a free shower, which they don't do in My Little Pony anymore, and I feel like they should add more of that. But it was very funny to see her curly hair and then all of them just cracking up like there is no tomorrow. Also, it was so funny to see her face. It was just like you couldn't really explain it. Back to the episode. I really like when Pinkie throws the party for Twilight. And she means well and always wants to make new friends. Twilight just seems very annoyed. And since I'm the oldest in the family, I like to annoy my brothers a lot, and it looks super funny when you annoy Twilight. Sometimes in the episode, I do really wish to go and see what Pinkie's party is like. You only get to see it for a few seconds, and then Twilight just goes up to her room and works independently, or whatever you want to call it. I really wanted to see what Pinkie's party looked like, and that Twilight actually joined in and didn't just go up to her room like I usually do. During a party, you should have fun and do what you want, but just don't isolate yourself from everyone else. Now, I totally relate to this. I usually like to go up to my room at times, and I do that a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. But just because I isolate myself from a lot of other people doesn't mean I go and have fun at times. I like at my birthday party, I got a game truck and I played Portal 2 pretty much the whole time. That wasn't really isolating myself from everyone because everyone else was using the game truck too. If they weren't, they were just out in the backyard listening to music. Crazy thing is, I literally almost missed my birthday song or happy birthday to you, all that stuff. But it was kind of worth it if you're just playing Portal 2. Forget what I just said. Just forget it, please. I don't want you just taking on the wrong idea. Like Twilight does. Anyway, skipping to the actual reason of the episode, being introduced to Nightmare Moon was very sudden and quick. I was a little shocked about it. I would think it would take a little bit more time or that we just weren't going to be introduced to her at all. But now looking back on the episode, you can kind of tell that you were going to see Nightmare Moon once. Anyway, being introduced to Nightmare Moon was a very big shock to me, and I didn't really get why. But I just liked her instantly. It's kind of a weird thing, but Nightmare Moon and Luna are cool, yo. Or what I meant to say was Nightmare Moon and Princess Luna are both really cool. After part 1 ended, I was eager for more, and I really was excited for the next episode, or because it was very late at night when I was watching it, and my mom said I could only watch it, and then I had to go straight to bed. It was really good. It was a really cool episode, and I couldn't wait until the morning to watch more. Anyways, since the episode ended, that's the end of my review for now. I can't wait to do part 2, and I hope you enjoyed. Um, anyway, and as always, Love Dash out. Peace!